Good afternoon, dear tutor and classmates. I'm Elena Sofia Lozada, and this is my video for the task 1 of the course Language, Forms and Functions. So, let's start. Who I am? My name is Elena Sofia Lozada. I'm 19 years old and I'm from Yopal, Casanare. I live in Villanueva, Casanare, that is a small and beautiful town in the department of Casanare. I live with my parents. I am a student of a bachelor's degree in English as a foreign language. I'm in the 6th semester of my career. I belong to the SEAT Jose Acevedo Gomez in the city of Bogota. I like to read books, go to the cinema, enjoy with my family, and practice volleyball. I love traveling and visiting new cultures and interact with people. I'm very aware that every step that I take in my life, God must be present. With the help of Him, everything is possible. So I had many expectations regarding this course. As a future teacher, it's important to know the best way to meaningfully teach a second language. This involves learning the ways in which words are classified or composed. Now, I'm going to answer the 4 questions that we had to develop according to the activity guide. So, this is the first question. How do you compare the quotation from Wallace shape at the beginning of the chapter with the purpose of linguistics? At the beginning of the chapter, the author Wallace shape makes the comparison of linguistics as a pane of glass in which the ideas pass through it of those who speak and use language, but don't pause to think about how this language is given or its composition. This happens to most people where it's so normal to communicate that they don't think or are aware of the importance of knowing the acquisition or structure of a language. In short, the language is transparent and few focus on observing it carefully and finding out why is it given. That is why the example given by the author Wallace is very accurate, allows us to see how linguistics is important as a science that studies all the linguistic creations that the human being has developed over the years, where the main purpose is to know the evolution of language, the internal structure in each sentence that is used as the representations or mental process that a person performs when speaking a language. This includes the acquisition and application of these theories to practice, for example, in the elaboration of activities for second languages learning. The second question is, why do you think some people approach the study of linguistics with apprehensiveness? Is this your case? Explain. I think that everything depends on the personal interests that people have. In the case of linguistics, these people are interested in the language or teach it. This is why their purpose is to try to learn everything related to this topic and have it for themselves throughout their professional career and even throughout their life. In my case, at the beginning of my study, I saw linguistics as a very complex subject and I was not very interested in it. But over time, I understood what is important. And how necessary it is for my professional career as a teacher, because I cannot be one of those people who speak the language and don't know anything about grammar. Right there, I tried to set the sample by preparing myself and trying to interpret of the theories and structures contained in a second language. Question: is linguistics about correctness in language use? Explained. For me, linguistics can define the correct and wrong in language. I say it because it is the only science that is responsible for studying the language and its acquisition in depth. I don't know of any other science that did it, just as psychology studies human behavior. Linguistics dedicates all its studies to the clarification of all topics related to the language. As we all know, language is a human activity that we inherit from our ancestors and varies according to the place. The interesting thing is that the right thing here can be related and changed depending on the size and the culture in which a certain language is developed. The author McCabe mentions that a linguist will not make judgments as to which is the best language or which is the best dialect, which is the correct way of speaking. It is the best need of linguistics to describe language. This refers to the fact that the right thing depends a lot on the person, the place, and the culture. However, there are universal investigations that no one can deny as the process of acquiring a language. All this is thanks to linguistics. The last question is: what are the names of the greatest contributors to the linguistic field? How would you label each of them? For example, Ferdinand de Saussure, the father of modern linguistics. The main contributors to the field of linguistics are Ferdinand de Saussure, Noam Chomsky, M.A.K. Holiday. These three authors were characterized by thoroughly researching the acquisition of language and the mental process that is given for their development from babies to adults. I label these authors in the following way. First, Ferdinand de Saussure is the father of the structural linguistics. He studies the science, gives concepts and practical examples. He defined the dichotomy between language and speech. Second is Noam Chomsky, that he's a linguistic philosopher and activist who proposed the universal grammar theory. He postulates the innate ability of children to acquire language. His theory is formal for trying to solve the acquisition of language. And the last one is Michael Halliday, or M.A.K. Holiday. He developed the foundations for systematic functional linguistics or functional system grammar or functional system grammar. He defines language as a chain of meaning and has a linguistic potential to be developed. So thank you so much for watching my video. Have a good day. Bye.